What up, ever? What it
Hey,
do,
Ian.
baby? Ever.
Yep,
I missed you, man.
me too, bro.
Been a while since we hanged out.
I know, right?
When was the last time we hanged out?
I don't remember. Had to be like Vegas? No, it had to be Vegas. It had to be
Was
TNA.
it?
Maybe. It's been months. Or my birthday? No,
No, not
it
your
was
birthday.
Vegas, I think. Or before. It was a little after my birthday. Or maybe April. It's been a minute, though.
I
It's been a
mean,
minute.
Vegas, after Vegas, I could see why it's been a while since we hanged out. Cause gosh, god damn, that was a night. That
Yeah.
was a night.
Yeah, it was.
Damn, that was a crazy 48 hours.
It was.
But I had a great time though.
Yeah, Vegas was fun.
It was. TNA Hard to Kill was a great time.
It was. Instead of the time stuff, that threw me off. They should probably fix that.
Now,
They
what do
told
you
us
mean?
they told us one time and it was another time and we had to like run to get to the to the show.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, so when we went, they said on the ticket, right? On the ticket,
It was like
so later on, I did realize later on though, they did let us know saying like, hey, update new door
start time or
opening
something,
start
yeah.
time or something like that. But obviously at that time it was like my service wasn't the best at that time. It would like come and go. That's what she said. So and what were we doing? We were at the movie theaters, right? Or
We watched the movie and then we were chilling, like, oh, we got like 2 hours.
yeah.
And then then you looked at your time and you're like, wait a minute, or something, you saw your notification, like, wait, it's starting now. So when we got in there was a match started. The first match started. I forgot whose it
It was
was.
Steve Macklin
And
versus Rich Swan.
yeah, we went in
That
there. I
one.
think we only missed like the first minute or two of the match, but
Mhm.
we're like,
Oh, well, the only reason, well, here's the thing. We would have only missed the opening, like the opening intro of the countdown.
yeah,
The reason why we missed like 50% of the match was because I was having issues with the tickets. I couldn't download
yeah.
it. So remember how we had to go to the front desk and ask them, can you print out our tickets? Because I have no service. And they're like, yeah, we got you. And I was like, okay. I was like, I should have just asked you instead of being on my phone for like freaking 5 minutes. We could have been inside and it was a sight to see once we got in, dude. You know,
It was a great stage. I like the layout. It's a
yeah,
better it's a better layout than the Cicero Stadium for sure. Because Cicero Stadium, that's why we're not
way
going back
better,
there.
way better.
They have an upcoming show in what, June, July for next, what, against all odds. I'm like, I'm not going to that
Yeah,
show, bro.
I want to.
Yeah,
I want to, but it's just I can't. Why are you going to Cicero
yeah.
Stadium? I should say Cicero Stadium. Nothing against Cicero.
Yeah. Like
But
go to
it's just,
Hoff in the States or something, or the
yeah,
Now Arena or something, or the Wintrust Arena. But hey,
I don't know.
the seating was horrible there. We this time we actually gave our seats. Like they actually gave us our seats, not just like,
Yeah.
oh, you're in the back somewhere. Like, no, we're actually there.
I was considering going, but this time I was just gonna get bleacher seats. Cause when I have a friend that doesn't I have a friend that lives doesn't live far from there.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, maybe I could just go over there because I've been to a lot of wrestling shows with a lot of close friends and families, and he's the only one left
Wow.
that close friend that I haven't gone to a wrestling show. So that's why I was like considering going. But the problem is it's on a Friday. So I was like, yeah, that's not gonna happen then. That's not gonna happen. I don't know. I hate when they do that. It's like, why do you guys have your premium live events on a Friday show.
I should go on against SmackDown of all things. Like you're
Yes.
going up against SmackDown. Like I'm not gonna miss SmackDown for.
That draws over 1 million views. Like, come on, man. And then obviously they can't really put it on Saturday because they got Collision, but
Ah,
it's like,
that's beatable
but
though.
I mean, yeah, I have a better chance of watching you on Saturday than I do on Friday.
Yeah.
You know, if you have the show on Friday, it's gonna be a repeat for me on Saturday. A
Hmm.
replay, right?
Yeah.
Replay.
Replay. Mhm.
So I love TNA, man. I was actually, funny because over the weekend I went to go visit my brother, right?
Mhm.
And I was actually watching TNA over the weekend. Um, but I forgot what pay-per-view I was watching. I think I had it. Did I send you videos of what pay-per-view like, matches I was watching?
Not that I recall, but
Hmm.
but I mean, since you're a TNA guy, what if we do like a little fantasy booking with like a
Ooh.
TNA pay per view or PLE? I don't. They call them PLEs right now, or they
Well,
call them pay per
yeah,
views.
because
Yeah.
the in Denver, right? In
Yeah.
Denver and Dome ran.
Yeah. So let's see. You give me a month and a year, and I'll give you a pay per view, and then you have to give me some, fantasy book it if you're such a TNA fan.
I'll give you a month and
Yeah.
a year.
Because we don't really talk about TNA as much. I mean, this is the most we've talked about TNA in a little while. Like,
That's true.
yeah.
That's true. As much as I love TNA, and I'm actually look at that. I'm wearing
Yeah, you got the TNA shirt on
I'm
right now.
wearing
You
Eddie
got
Edwards'
Eddie Edwards.
shirt. That's funny as hell.
Yeah.
But hit that like and subscribe,
Yeah.
and also, go follow TNA Wrestling. They're a good wrestling company. But what do you mean go give you a month and a year? Just give you a random month and a year and then to see what pay-per-view that is or something?
Yeah, and then we could like obviously if you watched it, you could do like what you thought about the show, and then we could like you could fantasy book it, do how would you redo it. But let's start off with that. Like, what would you give me a month?
Give you a month. Okay, let's say September.
Okay.
And you say give you a year?
Yeah.
Uh, in 2011.
Okay.
So what pay-per-view was that?
That was
2011. So Bound for Glory's in October. So probably No Surrender. No Surrender 2011. You searching, you're making your search face.
yeah,
It
yeah, it's No Surrender 2011. Yeah.
is? Okay.
Yeah.
So what exactly are we doing?
So I just wanna since it's random, right? So like, did you watch the pay per view or PLE?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, would you recall like most of the show, or do you remember some of the show or all the
Um,
show?
I gotta see the card to be honest. Let me see the card.
Yeah, let me.
So,
I could pull it up. You want me to do the whole card or just a lot like
well, you could
matches?
you could read the card, but I still want to see like a visual of it. But you could read the card for me.
Oh, yeah, okay. So the first match, I don't know if this was on the pre-show, but it was Kid Cass versus Jesse Sorensen for the X Division
Oh,
number one contender for the X Division
dude. Hey,
title.
do you remember him? Jesse Sorman?
I think so. He was a
He,
military guy, right?
he was, I don't know about that part, but he was the guy who was paralyzed,
Oh
who
wow.
got that moonsault, the double knees, the from DJZ, the guy from I forgot his name, and he's in WWE
Joaquin
right now.
Phoenix, Joaquin Wild.
I think so.
Oh
Xeon.
wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he did the moonsault double knees to the back of his neck, and he was paralyzed from the neck down for
Wow.
like months, I believe. Yeah, pretty crazy. And he was like the future of TNA as well.
Oh wow.
So I hated his gimmick. But anyways, continue.
And then it was Bully Ray versus James Storm in the Bound for
Oh,
Glory series.
Oh, okay. It's coming back to me. Okay. And then Bobby Roode versus Gunther. No, Gunner?
Gunner, yeah. Gunther,
Gunner.
somebody else. Gunner, somebody.
Gunner in the Bound for Glory series. The main event was Sting versus Kurt Angle, Mr. Anderson. Then there
Yeah,
was
wow.
Winter versus
Angelina
Angelina
Love?
Love. Yeah, there you
No,
go.
they're not versing each other.
No,
No,
Mickey James.
Mickey James. Yeah, I think Angelina was with Winter at this time.
Oh,
This
okay.
was a zombie. I think that's when she was a zombie, right, or something.
Yeah. That
Yeah,
was honestly, it could have lead up to something great, but that flopped, to be
yeah,
honest. That was a total flop. And then, to be honest, that match, we'll talk about it, but that
yeah.
match really pissed me off. Not the match, it was just well, we'll talk about it.
Storyline. Yeah.
But what else happened? There was the LAX. No, it wasn't LAX.
It was
What
Mexican America and
there you
Argia and Hernandez versus
I get
D'Angelo Dinero and Devon
Devon, there you
for the
go.
titles, for tag titles.
And then Matt Morgan versus Samoan Joe.
Yeah, in the singles match.
Did RVD no RVD did RVD had a match?
According to this, no.
Okay.
The only other match on here that we haven't talked
Oh,
about.
Austin Aries versus Brian Cage. No, Brian Cage. Brian Kendrick.
For the X Division.
Yeah, the Brian
Yeah, so that's
Kendrick.
the last of the match. Yeah, that's all of them.
Oh, that was the last one.
Only those like a dark match, but I don't think there is. I don't see it on
No,
here.
I wouldn't recall. I don't think so. They didn't really do dark matches at that time, especially
Oh,
in
okay.
2011.
Yeah.
Especially because it was like they were filming more in Universal
Yeah,
Studios
because
at
they would
that
do like
time.
5 episodes, right? Or 3 episodes. They do that now, I think. When we went, they recorded like 3 episodes when we were there.
Yeah, but during that time it'll be 3 nights, so
Oh, okay.
not
Like Monday, Tuesday,
three.
Wednesday or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
okay.
when they if they had a pay-per-view on Sunday, they'll do taping Monday and Tuesday. So that Monday's taping will air that Thursday. Tuesday's taping would air the following Thursday.
So you went to the Impact Zone, right?
Yeah.
So you were there that Monday and that Tuesday and that Wednesday? Or they didn't do
Sunday,
that yet?
Monday to Tuesday.
Okay.
So the
Well,
one that I went to was TNA Sacrifice 2012.
oh
So I
wow.
went to the pay-per-view and then I went to Monday's taping and then Tuesday's taping.
Wow.
So,
Okay.
yep.
So speaking of the No Surrender, which match was your favorite and why?
Ooh, favorite.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. I gotta let me never had a chance to pull up the card. Um,
Because for me, I'm
okay.
like, I don't think I ever watched this pay-per-view. I probably
I had
caught a
I
match or something, but on Tubi or something.
I don't know if I still have the DVD, but
Oh
I got the
wow.
DVD. I got the copy of it.
Oh, I gave you my DVD, right? That one DVD I got from I got it as a gift from TNA. They gave me, remember it was my birthday and they gave me a free DVD.
Oh,
And it,
did they really?
yeah, remember because
Which one was it?
it was a sacrifice when we went to Kentucky. I met remember Mickey James sung Happy Birthday to
No, I
me.
remember the event. I'm saying,
Yeah.
what DVD did you get?
I don't remember. Because I know
Hmm,
I is one you didn't have, so I'm like, oh, I'll take this one and I gave it to you.
interesting.
I handed it to you because I'm
I
like, oh,
gotta
you'll
look.
watch this. I probably won't. I gave it to you. I'm like,
I
here
don't
you
even
go.
have a DVD player,
Oh, you know.
so no, so I never had a chance. So it has to be something memorable.
Yeah, I think it had Kenny Omega in the front. It was when he was in TNA. Probably that run he
Oh,
did.
so it had to be Slammiversary then.
Maybe because I know we
Yeah.
went 2022, so it had to be before that. Or it was not Kenny Omega. It was somebody else. I don't remember, but I know
21 then. 21.
21. Yeah, because I remember
Okay.
we met. We said Mickey and Chelsea Green say happy birthday, and then I got a
Keep
free
bragging about
DVD.
that.
I know, right? Hey, man.
Keep bragging that but hey, hey, hey. but don't let's not mention the fact that who got them to say happy
Oh,
birthday, right?
I appreciate it, dude. Oh,
But
Ian right
no,
here, bro.
but let everybody know about that though.
Yeah, Ian had some game. He went up there like, hey, this is my boy's birthday. He told Mickey James and Chelsea Green, and they're like, and he just say, hey, come over here. You're like, what's going on? And they're like, hey, it's your birthday, happy birthday. Like, I was like, happy. They sung to me. I was like, oh, I was so shy.
Yeah,
Especially
he
Mickey James and
was.
Chelsea Green. Come on, man.
Ever, ever, ever.
I was so
His
quiet.
name went from ever to charity because God, his head was bright red.
Yeah.
Bright red. But going back to your question, my favorite match that happened. So I finally pull up the list.
Hmm.
Um, I'm gonna go in order. I'm gonna tell you right now. Jesse versus Kid Cash. It was a great match. Kid Cash is he was the Benoit for TNA, man. I feel like they dropped the ball and release. I don't know if they released them or he quit, but I felt like they should never have let him go because he was like the Benoit for TNA, right? The Dean Malenko.
Yeah, and he
And
actually faced those guys in ECW and stuff too.
yeah, he was like the one of the last real professional wrestlers,
Yeah.
in the business.
Yeah.
So it was a great match. My only issue with the outcome of the match, and I told you about this,
Hmm.
when it becomes to the number one contender match, I hate when they have a number one contender match on a pay-per-view for a mid card or a world title, whatever. I hate it where it's like, hey, this this next on live on television, right? On our free television show, we're gonna have, our number one contender on our pay-per-view is gonna face that title on our free live television match, right? I feel like
Oh, okay.
I hate that
You hate when they
when
give away like a pay-per-view quality match on a TV show.
unless it's for the main event.
Oh, okay.
But if you have it as a mid card or opening show, it's like why?
Yeah, that makes
Because
sense.
I get the purpose of like, oh, you're trying to promote your show, even if you have it like on the pre-show where it's like, oh, it's on the pre-show, promote your mid-card title, you know. It
Yeah.
doesn't have to main event the show, but if it's like you're gonna have a main event, I mean, if you're gonna have a number one contender on a pay-per-view for whatever title, I feel like it needs to be in the main event on a television show or on the next pay-per-view.
Do you
Or
think?
eventually, it doesn't have to be the next pay-per-view, but it has to be on the pay-per-view.
Yeah. Was this around a time where they treated the X Division title more like a whatever title? I remember there was a
No.
period where they treated it like a joke, like they just fired everybody that was X Division, or they like I don't remember that time when they like I remember a story where like these guys wanted a match on the show, and then eventually all of them never got a. It went a while where there was no X Division matches. Remember? So it was around this time or after this time?
I feel like it was after.
Okay, because I remember hearing that story from someone. I think it was
I
Brian
think that
Kendrick. He said
I
that like,
I think that was probably during the time Eric Bischoff was running the company.
okay, so that was like what?
Well,
What year was that?
2010.
Oh, so okay, so it was just
A year.
after.
So yeah, so a
Yeah.
year
Okay.
before.
Okay. So
And
what would you rate this match? This first one you said,
um
Cash versus Sorensen.
7 out of 10.
Okay.
I remember that match. This match, Bully Ray versus James Storm, sucked. Garbage. Bro, waste of time. It was just like, why? This match should have been because this, James Storm, Bully Ray, Gunner. No. Yeah, Gunner, right? Gunner.
No, he wasn't in this match. It was a two. It was a one on
No, but
one.
I'm saying in the Bounce for Glory series, my bad. For the
Yeah,
Bounce for
Gunner,
Glory,
Bobby Roode, Bully
James
Ray, and James
Storm,
Storm.
I felt like it should have been a bloodbath.
Whoa.
I feel like that's what the type of match it should have been, right? It wasn't. It was like they still had that point system for the Bound for
Oh,
Glory series, and it was like, why? It should have just been like, hey, we're doing the point system, top four until the week of the pay per view. The top four are gonna go on to the semi-finals, and then have a one-on-one match, and then go on to the finals later on. Should have been that way, right? But no, it was still in the point system, which was dumb. So because of that, that's why Bully Ray won by disqualification, and then Bobby Ruth won by submission, which was dumb. I feel like Gunner should have destroyed Bobby Ruth. Should have destroyed him. But no, he kind of did. He worked the arm, but nothing too crazy, you know. So for both Bound and the final, again, the final, I feel like Bully Ray should have destroyed Bobby Ruth. Should have been busted open, you know. It should have there should have been a ref bump or something, but no, it was just like a solid wrestling match. And it was solid. It was okay. The ending was okay. It was a little sloppy. Bobby Bully Ray took a Santon bomb, right? From the top rope. Bobby Roode picks him up. Boom, spine buster. So, and at this point, Bobby Roode never really he just slowly broke away from beer money. So and been a while since Bobby Roode, since he's been a singles wrestler. And he hasn't really had a finisher. I believe the last finisher he used was the Fisherman Plex, the Perfect Plex. Do you remember that move?
yeah. It's like a
So
hook, and then you hook
yeah,
them backwards. Yeah.
that was my finisher too. Hey, anyways, but
What did you
so
call it? If it was what was it? What did you call it?
uh oh, I never. It was just a regular Fisherman
Oh, okay.
Plex. Yeah, I never really because people are always kicked out. So I was like, there was no need to have a name for it. I was like, yeah. I was like, why am I gonna have a name for it? Everybody's gonna kick out.
Yeah.
Like, so just like what's your finisher? It's just a fisherman plex, the perfect plex, because it's like, why am I gonna have my own make up a name and people are gonna just kick out from it, right? So, but anyways, but Bully Ray, James Storr. I feel like all and then Gunner, Bobby Roode, I gotta give it like both Bully Ray and James Storr a 2 out of 10.
Ooh, that's brutal.
Damn, yeah,
It was
bro.
that bad?
That
It was
bad.
that bad. Wow, you
That
never
bad.
given more than I think your worst score you've ever given a match was like a 3 or 4,
Bro,
but a
to
2?
2011 was not a good TNA year. I'm gonna tell you that right there.
Wow.
Yeah, man. Not a good year. And then
And
the
what would you?
Bobby Roode, Gunner, 5 out of 10.
Oh,
Bully Ray and Bully Ray and Bobby Roode a 7 out of 10.
okay. So it did improve eventually throughout the
Yeah,
matches, right?
it
You
I
you
just
you had low
it
expectations in the last 2 matches. Like, oh,
yeah,
okay, it kind of you got to up a little bit there.
it did.
Wow.
Yeah, man. Um, the tag team match, bro. I'm gonna tell you, Mexican American. I don't know why that was a thing. I don't know why that was a thing.
It like was it like a storyline, or did they just put the match together
There was
like you and you together?
the match was, yes, you and you. It had a little bit of storyline because of D'Angelo and Demon, just a little bit, but it was like a build up. So
Mm.
it took like months to get there. Um, but what I'm like throwing a blank. What did you just say?
Oh, like why? You. About the tag team match. Like, what was you said it was put together like
And
randomly?
okay, yeah, and then Mexican American. No, that's why I got thrown off because I
Ah,
thought you were asking me if Mexican American got thrown together.
no, they've
Like,
been together, but I'm talking about like
yeah,
De Niro and Devon.
they got thrown in together because of a storyline feud.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and but this match should have never happened. It was weak. Mexican American should never been a thing. Should never
Yeah,
been a group.
Anarchia. It was like a what? Like a like a Wish.com like Chavo Guerrero or something.
I don't,
Like he could not be
bro.
wrestling right or something. Like
Bro, he no disrespect, but he sucked. And I just don't understand why they thought he was a good fit.
I think because I looked up the guy. He was like the OVW World Heavyweight Champion. That's when OVW worked with TNA. You know, like the TNA was the OVW's developmental for
Oh
OVW.
yeah, I
So
remember
it's probably
that.
why, because he was a champion or he was one of the
Mm,
top guys. They put him in this group. But he has Rosita and Sarita, so I don't know if that was like, yeah, we need a Latino guy. Let's just put this guy in there.
speaking about Rosita, do you know about her dad?
Yeah, or like Zelina Vega. Yeah,
Yeah. Do you want to talk about that? Since you're
sure.
more about the history guy on that part.
Yeah, I mean it was
And
well. This show took place.
you probably you know the proper words to say more than I do.
Well, yeah, I think he was a firefighter for the New York Police Fire Department, and he
Yeah,
died in one of the World Trade Centers.
yeah,
Like after the attack, he was in the building when it collapsed or something like that, or he died of inhalation. I forgot how he passed away, but he was one of the firefighters in the tower. So this show probably meant a lot to her, but I don't think she was on the card because I looked it up. The shows happened on this show took place on 9/11,
yeah.
so September 11th. So it's,
So they did like a little tribute before the show, and
that's
you
good.
know she did had Rosita. That's what I believe that's what her name was in TNA
Yeah,
wrestling.
yeah.
Was and they gave her like a little screen time to
Talk about her
like
father. Yeah.
yeah to talk about her father and stuff like that.
Oh,
So
that's
it
sweet.
was yeah, it was a nice heartfelt moment. Teared up a little bit at the time. I was like, no, not making me cry, girl. So, but yeah, that's crazy though. It's crazy to think that she went through that.
Yeah,
You know, that's heartbreaking.
it
But
is.
look at her now,
Yeah.
third A superstar. What was the other thing we were talking about?
What would you rate this match? Like, what would you give it out of a
Woo!
10? Or you say you liked it or you didn't? I don't know. You sound like you don't like it, but you do
It
like it?
wasn't like bad. I just never really enjoyed Mexican American. Um, but I'll give it like I would probably say like a 4 out of 10.
Okay. So it's
Yeah,
pretty low. This is like the second lowest rating so far. You given. Yeah, this second lowest rated match so far.
that's a bummer.
Yeah.
I did say that 2011 wasn't a good year for TNA,
Yeah.
right? I did
Yeah.
say that.
True, true, true.
So what's up next?
Winter versus Mickey James for the Knockouts
Okay,
title.
let me tell you about this stupid match. Let me tell you something.
Oh, wow.
So the match wasn't stupid. The match was solid. All right. So I'm gonna give you my rate first. 6 out of 10.
Okay.
This is what bothered me about this match. The pay-per-view before, right? Winter,
Which one was it? I don't follow
Hardcore
too much.
Justice.
Oh, okay.
Or Hard Justice. I don't think it was Hardcore Justice at that time.
I think it was. Oh yeah, it was Hardcore Justice. I looked it up. Right. Oh yeah, it was
Was
on.
it?
Yeah, I think they renamed it like 2 years before or something like that. But anyways,
So the year before that, right? Hard Justice. Winter faced Mickey James for the TNA Knockouts Women's Championship. Do you want to take a guess who won that match?
Winter.
Yes. I don't know if it was the same day, like, a week, the same week, or
It
week
was taped the
later.
same day, probably, right?
Yeah, well, no, because because it was a pay-per-view,
Yeah.
Monday taping, then Tuesday taping. So it was either a Monday or Tuesday taping.
Mm.
Winter drops it. Do you want to take a guess on who she drops it to?
No, I don't.
Okay, Mickey James.
Oh wow. So it's kind of like
Yeah.
a transitional title thing. Is like they're passing
So
the
they had a rematch. What pay-per-view they had that rematch ever?
this match, this pay-per-view.
Yeah. And guess who Mickey James dropped the title to?
Winter.
So why the hell? Why would they have Winter win the title at Hard Justice, drop it on a television taping, right? And then win it back in the pay-per-view? You could have just had Mickey James retain it on the first pay-per-view, drop the title to Winter on the
Mm,
taping, right? Rematch at No Surrender, Winter retains. Boom, there you go.
wow.
Okay, but instead they went with Winter winning the title from Mickey James, dropping it to Mickey James, winning it back from Mickey James. Here's the other thing that pisses me off because now, oh damn, Ever, you pinched a nerve. Okay, Winter, right?
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. Winter goes on to Bound for Glory, right? In a fatal four-way match against Velvet Sky, Mickey James, either Tyra or Madison Ray. And I'm pretty sure it was Madison Ray. Yeah, Madison Ray. Because Tyra was 2010. So, fatal four-way match, right? Guess who won that match? Valley Sky. Why did Winter win the title? Okay. So why she drop the title and then win it, drop it, and then guess what? Velvet Sky wins the title, right? Guess what happens? She drops it next month's pay-per-view to Gil Kim.
Dude.
So it was like they did this whole hot potato. It was like, did Winter had in her contract saying that she had to be a two-time knockouts champion or something?
Like that quickly,
Yeah,
right?
like
Like
that quickly, where it's like, oh, hey, you know what? We're not sure when we're gonna have her win the title again. So let's just have her lose it and win it back right away. Just in case we have nothing, no future plans for her in the future. I feel like that's what happened, right? I will say, Winter, sexy, and her theme song, dope. Um, but yeah, that's what pissed me off. So Winter should have just kept the title, right? Um, should have just had a one-on-one match with Velvet Sky and then drop the title to Velvet Sky. Or she could have just had a feud with Angelia Love and dropped the title to her, or it could have been a triple threat. Velvet Sky and Angelia Love and Winter, and maybe add Mickey James. No, none of that happened, nothing. Or Mickey James should have just been champion and it would have meant more dropping the title to Velvet Sky. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Helping the
So
next generation, but no.
so this is a time where the at knockouts division wasn't the best. Or was still like up there, but like the way they did it. You see the title reigns lasted what, like each pay-per-view? Like three pay-per-views in a row has been different champions?
Yeah, it was more, yeah, because it was more like they didn't really knew what to do with them. Like they were having good
Mm,
matches. It's nothing compared to what we're getting now.
yeah.
But we were getting solid good matches. They weren't bathroom breaks. Let's put it that
Okay.
way. They
Oh,
weren't
okay.
bathroom breaks at the time.
It should
At
be a ranking
then,
system. Bathroom break or not bathroom break. It
yeah.
should be a ranking system
Hey,
for every match now.
I know, right? You're not wrong there.
Like 10-minute bathroom break or 30-minute bathroom break. But anyways,
Snap.
So at this
But
time, it was kind of like back and forth women champions, right? Knockout champions.
is it crazy I remember that?
Yeah,
Are we just gonna ignore that part?
I
That
know, right?
I
Like,
just like
how do you know this stuff, bro? I'm over here like looking at it, like, but six
I
out of
like
ten is still
spaced
pretty decent
out.
though.
What was that?
For a match you said that had a kind of like build up, you gave it 6 out of 10 still. So you probably didn't give
Yeah,
it
it
a
wasn't a
higher
bad.
rating
Yeah,
because of the story how it went, but you did like the match overall.
yeah. Because when she won the title back, I was just like my hands what went up in the air, and I was just like because I was following it, and I
Yeah,
was just like, why did she lose the title?
in the first place, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
why did she
So
lose the
it
title?
so it would have ranked higher if she it was like a longer kind of like if she didn't have to like drop it again. Like if she held it, she would have
It
like
was
it
a
would have been
good, yeah, it was a good ending. It was I recall it was a good ending, but again, it would have been a good ending if it was her first time winning the title or
yeah.
retaining the title. The fact that she regained like, like she just won the title back, but it's like you just lost it. I just, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
again, that was a great ending. I just remember that's all I remember about,
Mhm.
and then like the feeling about it, but it was just like, why did you lose the title again?
Yeah.
That would have been great. Like I said, Mickey James should have retained the first match. And then the ending that they had at No Surrender should have happened where she won it. And then the how she won it the first time is how she should have retained the title. So
Okay.
yeah. Gosh, man. I should have been a TNA booker.
Yeah.
What else do you want to talk about? What other matches happened?
Matt Morgan versus Samoa Joe. Actually, one of the longer matches of the night. Actually, it was like no, it was like the third
Whoa.
longest, like the third, fourth longest, but it wasn't too long. But
Damn. Ever you like those long matches?
well, if did it have a story to you, or like what did you think about the match, or do you remember the match, or is it more like I
Just
skipped this
gotta
one?
just gotta ignore my question about you like long matches.
Yes, I will. Yes, I
What's your
am.
longest favorite? What's your longest like? What's a good average match for you?
I don't know. Like 20 minutes,
Ooh! Now, and including entrance, or is that bell to bell?
bell to bell. It depends on the storyline too. If it's like a weak storyline, I don't want to go like
So like
10
if you
minutes.
know no, so like if you know about the story.
Yeah,
So if it's a story 20 minutes, what if it's like, hey, you don't know the build up. Here's a random match.
10.
10 minutes. Okay.
Yeah,
Random match, 8 minutes.
yeah.
Bell to bell. And with story, bell to bell. If it's mid card match, 15, main event, 18 to 20.
Okay, we're on the same boat with that.
Yeah. I feel like that's a nice average time. But Matt Morgan, Samoan Joe,
Hmm.
it was a decent match.
Yeah.
It was I will say I think that match should have happened in Bound for Glory. I remember feeling that way.
So you
I
think
f-
it would have been? You think it should have been like, oh, why are we wrestling on this show? We could just wrestle next month's show.
yeah. I mean they did, but what was that guy? His name was Red. Krinsman? Chris,
Crimson.
yeah. Him. It
Yeah.
was a triple threat match, but
Oh,
he was on the oh my gosh. Damn ever. It's like you're you just
was Crimson the
getting
Goldberg or something? Try to make him a
yes.
Goldberg.
Yes, but he was actually having decent matches.
Oh, okay. So you know how to
Yeah.
wrestle.
Yeah. But it's just like you buy you he was on an undefeated streak, right? And then they
Okay.
put him in a triple threat match in Bound for Glory against Samoan Joe and Matt Morgan, where it was like bro, Matt Morgan and Samoa Joe should have had a one-on-one match. Chris and Chin should have had a singles match. And the guy I believe who he should have had a singles match was Kurt Angle at that time.
Oh.
But nope. Anyways, that's a different topic. Because I like this is you caught me off guard with this, you know.
Yeah.
You got me off guard, so I kind of like this. Maybe next time we talk about Bound for Glory.
Yeah. Choose
Because
a year or something, We'll choose a different year.
gosh,
So what would you rate this match? You say it was decent. So
that I
what's
did.
decent to you?
6 out of 10.
Oh, 6 out of 10? Okay.
Yeah. Six
Okay.
out of ten. I do remember Austin Aries and Brian Kendrick was probably because I feel like that match and the triple threat match are the last two, right?
Yeah.
But I remember
Well,
that.
the bully Ray and Bobby Roode was like the co-main event. So it was like it was in between them, like a sandwich, pretty much.
Uh,
But you already rated that one. You
yeah, I
said
already that was like a what? I think I said a 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10. Yeah.
But the X Division was a 8 out of 10.
Oh wow.
I remember it was a great match. That's when Austin Aries won the X Division title.
Yeah.
So, and then going back to the number one contender
Yeah.
ship, that at Bound for Glory, Austin Aries and had to do like a rematch against Brian Kendrick. So
That
that's where
rematch
I
clause.
yeah, so that rematch clause. So that's where it kind of so Jesse had to wait till November for Turning Point to use his number one contendership.
Oh
So
wow.
it's like, which is like fine because it's like that's cool. It makes it worth it. Doesn't
Yeah.
like it's like why'd you had this number one contendership on the pay-per-view? It is was just a waste. And it
Yeah.
turns out to be a waste because it turned out to be a triple threat match. So Kid Cash got added to the match.
So for the Aries and Brian Kendrick one, what was like you say it was you got an 8 out of 10. So what made it an 8 out of 10? Like was it the storyline? Was it the match itself? Was it how it
Storyline.
ended?
That's storyline. That was the year where Austin Aries signed back with TNA.
It's after he got fired, right? Or would he leave?
Oh, I
He got
don't
in trouble,
remember.
right? Did he get
Oh.
trouble? Did he get in trouble for that? I don't think.
I don't think he ever got around. I don't recall him ever getting in trouble with TNA. Oh, you're talking about 2018.
Oh, that's later.
Yeah, that's
Was this
later. Like
before WWE or after WWE? This
before,
2011. Oh, okay. So it's
before,
not like okay.
yeah, way before WWE. Way before. This is where he won the Fatal Four Way match
Hmm.
to get a TNA contract.
Okay.
Man, that was a hell of a show, man. X TNA X Division X 2011. 2011. Yeah, it was 11. Man, go
You know
check
more
that
than me,
out.
so you're looking at me like I know, like bro, that's all you saw.
Yeah, it was Austin Aries, Low Key, Jack
Oh,
Evans, and the guy DJ
Zion
Zima
Ion, Zion Ion,
Zion Iam
Zima Ion, Zima Ion,
Zima Iam. That guy, Fatal Four Way. Yeah. Anyways, what
and
happened?
then the last match, Kurt Angle versus Mr. Anderson versus Sting for the TNA World Heavyweight Title.
I'm gonna be honest, man. So that main event
Yeah,
was it was good. It was decent, right? It was a decent
decent.
main event. 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10.
Wow.
But here's my issue with that main event. That main event should have never happened. This is what my
Oh,
issue with. The main event, the main event, because remember, this is the year Jeff Hardy, he was out. He was supposed to be the top heel. Remember that. Remember that. Okay. My issue was they kept trying to find a replacement. They had a replacement. My thing was, why are you not using this freaking replacement? You know,
yeah.
the replacement was RVD. The replacement was
Ooh.
AJ Styles. The replacement was Christopher Daniels. The replacement was Jerry Lane. You know what I mean? But they went with Mr. Anderson and Kurt Angle to replace Jeff Hardy. Not saying the guys that I mentioned would have replaced Jeff Hardy, but I mean, um, they would have done a better job than Mr. Anderson and Kurt Angle. So the main so it's so this is how it's weird. So I got to go back. At Hardcore Justice, Sting face Kurt Angle for the TNA World Heavyweight title, right?
Yeah, look it up. Yeah.
So Kurt Angle beat Sting for the title thanks to the help of Hulk Hogan. Kurt Angle joins in Immortal, right? Immortal,
Immortal? Yeah,
yeah,
Immortal.
Immortal,
Immortal. Yeah.
which was dumb. Kurt Angle could have he could have just been like, oh, sorry, I accepted the help from Hogan, but he did not needed to join Hogan's team. Okay, that's where it flopped. The other flop was Kurt Angle should have never beat Sting because Sting just won the title back. So it's like it didn't make sense, right? So Sting should have retained the title and no surrender. What was I gonna say? Sorry, at Hardcore Justice, Sting should have faced Mr. Anderson. Rematch. No surrender, it should have been Kurt Angle. And then at No Surrender, Hogan tries to convince Kurt Angle to join Hogan. Kurt Angle says no, right?
Is this before what's that faction? What's that one faction they had together? Oh, Main Event Mafia. Is this before or after Main Event Mafia?
After Main Event
Oh, this is where they
Mafia.
became rivals and stuff.
Yeah,
Okay.
this is like Immoral. It was like
Okay. Okay,
Abyss.
afterwards.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Abyss, Jeff Jarrett, Eric
Like everybody on the
Bischoff,
roster has a team
Gunner.
pretty much.
Yeah,
That's how
basically.
WCW did pretty much.
Yeah. So I feel like oh, and then I forgot about Jeff Jarrett. Jeff Jarrett could have been the top heel. He could have been the world champion.
Where was he at this time?
He was there.
He just there?
Yeah,
He's not even on the
just not
show.
using. Yeah, that's
Oh
where I never
wow.
understood it, man. Bro, like if I was in the office and they're like, "Oh, hey, man, we got to find a replacement." I'd be like, for Jeff Hardy and they're saying Kurt Angle and Mr. Anderson, I'll be like, I'll be looking at Jeff Jarrett. We can really, Jeff? We can't think of anybody to
Another Jeff?
replace.
Anybody with a Jeff in their
Yeah.
name?
I don't know, maybe somebody with another Jeff in their name. I heal a top heel. We need to find a top heel in TNA. Hmm. Interesting.
The guy who made TNA. What about that guy? Like,
Do you
nah, we
who
skip
was
him.
that? But who was that? Do you know that guy, Jeff Jarrett? Who is that guy who was a six-time NWA world champion? Who was that guy who laid down for Hulk Hogan? Who was that guy? Who was the guy, who was that? Gosh, I can't think of him. Maybe that was the issue. They couldn't. I mean, we can't think of him. Maybe that's their issue. They can't. Maybe they couldn't think of the guy. You know. Gosh, stupid bookers at that time. Stupid Dixie. So, anyways, yeah, like I feel like there was that was my issue with the main event. The main event was good, but at the same time, I feel like there were so many ways because in the main event, I truly believe yes, we should have gotten Jeff Hardy versus AJ Styles. Um, but unfortunately, we got, I don't want to say unfortunately because it was a good match, but
Mhm.
Bobby Roode did lose to Kurt Angle. But it was like we couldn't got in Kurt Angle. So what I was gonna say, because Kurt Angle said no to Hogan, guess who could have been the top guy, right? Um, Chris. Why can I not say his name? Crimson Chin. Yeah.
Crimson.
Yes, he could have came in, hit Kurt Angle with the spear because remember when I said that's who Kurt Angle should have faced at Bound for Glory? I was gonna say WrestleMania at Bound for Glory. He should have
Yeah.
had a one-on-one match because he's on an undefeated streak, and Hogan could have taken him in, but no, I don't even know. It was like if you're trying to build him up to be the like I'm not saying the next Goldberg, but that's how they were building him up. They were
Mhm.
doing giving him the Goldberg treatment. But what was the gold? You know,
That's all that
what?
matters at the end if you have a title or not, right?
Yeah,
You
like
could
if
go
you,
undefeated, but if you have no championships, like, okay, so what's the
yeah,
goal?
if we give this guy that Goldberg treatment, what is the goal?
Mhm.
A future world title shot? Like, what are we doing this? You know, and for him, it could have lead for him to face Kurt Angle. And also, now he's being mentored by Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff. That's your future. That's your future top heel. And then Jeff Jarrett could have been the replacement for, you know, he could have
Yeah.
faced Bobby Roode at Bound for Glory, or Sting could have faced Bobby Roode
Mhm.
at Bound for Glory, and he could have turned on Fortune and on Sting and on the fans and join Hulk Hogan.
Ooh.
But no, they didn't do any of that. God damn. They like don't get me wrong, the outcome of it, James Storm turning, winning the title and Bobby Roode turning on James Storm to take the title away from him, and the what the I don't even know how the proper word to say, but like the legacy starts for Bobby Roode. The
Like,
what
yeah, the
the
legacy or the prestige, maybe, or
not
the
prestige.
career,
It's like when somebody's career that's where like it took off.
like the catalyst, the beginning,
Not beginning.
the turning point when he changed it, his
Turning
career turned
point.
around,
Turning points are
the
nice, but that's
turnaround, the apex, the climax, there's a lot of
whoa,
words, but
climax.
the climax of his career. Like now he's like, this is the top, or the rise, or I
Oh,
don't
the
know. There's so many,
rise. There you
the
go.
rise
The
of his
rise.
career, or
Yeah, that was the rise of his career. That was the word I was looking for. The rise of his career
his
for
like
Bobby
money
Roode.
making moment, or his like career making move. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff you can. There's a lot of different words.
But yeah, dude, no, like overall that pay-per-view was solid. I'd
Yeah,
say probably like a 6 out of 10.
yeah.
Uh,
Because if you did it by your rankings, it got a 52 out of 90. So it was like at a 57% overall
hmm.
the show. So I don't know how we're if you ever do 57%, but that's how much it would be like based on your rankings. But
What is it?
like 52 out of 90, so it's like all the ratings you gave me and
Uh-huh.
each out of 10. So it's 52 out of 90 was 57% overall for the show.
So 57. So what is it?
It's
Like
still like a
a D, a high D?
E like a yeah, like a high D plus.
So like a low C.
Yeah.
If we so
Depends how you
basically,
rank it. Depends how you rank it. Yeah.
yeah, interesting.
But now the real question is, since we're a fantasy book kind of channel, right?
Ooh.
How would you rebook this show? It doesn't have to be like it doesn't have to be 9 matches. It doesn't have to be the same people. But if you had to rebook this show, like you went back in time, like I'm the booker, how would you rebook this show? Like what would you take out? What would you add? You could keep the same matches, but like you could take somebody out, or it's your fantasy booking. How would you do it? And how would you lead it to Bound for Glory, the next show?
Well, I kind of really told you in parts.
Yeah, yeah,
So like I'll kind of do like a quick recap then.
yeah.
So like I said, the main event, I think um maybe instead of Mr. Anderson, I feel like Jeff Jarrett.
Yeah.
Or it could have been a fatal four-way match at Jeff Jarrett. I think
Hmm.
the main event for Bound for Glory should have been Jeff Jarrett as TNA World Champion or Sting. Who was the other person? RVD is another person I believe should have been TNA World Heavyweight Champion. To main event Bound for Glory.
Hmm.
The Bound for Glory series matches, all three of them, I think it should have been more of a bloodbath. Um, I think it should have been like the fact that I rate Bully Ray and James Storm a 2 out of 10, and the
Yeah.
fact that it ended in no disqualification match, that should have not been the case. Do you know how it ended?
No, not really. I see. I
James
saw DQ, but like what? I don't know what that
James Storm spit beer on the
Bully Ray.
referee.
Really?
Yeah.
That was lame. No wonder I got a two.
But the guess who the referee was? Eric Bischoff's
Uh,
son.
oh,
Garrett
Garrett.
Bischoff?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Garrett. Yeah.
What has he
Wow.
been doing these days?
I don't know. Retired, doing
Oh,
something.
surprised he's not in AEW. I would have been honestly, he's been the fact that he was a referee in TNA, I would have just kept refereeing.
Yeah.
Either in TNA or in AEW or WWE, to be honest. I'd just be like, I have experience in referee. I'll just keep doing that.
Yeah.
If I'm not making it as a wrestler, let me just keep being a referee then. You can still make a few $1,000 being a referee. So, what were we talking about?
Your fantasy booking for this show. You said you kind of keep some
Oh,
things the same,
so
right?
the main event, right?
Mm.
Just change the main event. I feel like somebody else should have been champion. I don't think Kurt Angle
Mm.
have should not been champion. I feel Kurt Angle should have faced the red guy.
Crimson.
Yes. Him or Bully Ray. Because this was the start of Bully Ray's singles run.
Okay.
So for Bully Ray to face Kurt Angle at Bound for Glory in Philadelphia would have been nice for him. So especially like imagine him in a street fight.
Yeah.
Um what's Matt Morey and Samoan Joe? I think it should have happened in Bound for Glory.
Mm.
Um Winter and Mickey James, the only thing I would have changed was why did she lose the title? Just
Yeah.
have
Retain
her
it.
either retain it, or that should have been like the night she won the title, you know.
Okay. Hmm.
Um yeah, and I think that's basically it, right? That's
So
basically
you keep every match the same outside of that? Even the
it
tag team
it
title
because
match?
here's the thing you got to understand. All these matches have storylines.
Oh, okay.
So it's like it goes back to Hardcore Justice to Slammiversary, and then it has something to do with Bound for Glory as well. So it's like that's why it's kind of tricky. So it's like you got to change a lot. So it's like I got to give you the whole 2011 backstory
Yeah.
of everything, you know. Like it's just like especially Bound for Glory 2011, man. But that's a different episode. But
Yeah, we could do that different episode,
that is a different episode.
yeah.
But I like that. I like that. Next time, maybe we could pick a different pay-per-view. But since now I
Yeah,
know you're gonna be
because
asking me about what I'll change it instead of doing it while I'm going over the
yeah, just
matches,
like probably
save it
for
towards the
future
end.
ones, just like save the book fantasy booking to the end, and then
Yeah.
just tell me how you feel about the matches that as they were, and then later we'll do a booking later. And then there's so many pay-per-views, so TNA is really on tap. So there you go.
I'm
You could
actually
really
watching TNA in the background right now.
there you go.
I'm watching Hard to Kill 2022.
Okay.
I
So
got in.
that'd be a good we could
That's why I'm
obviously
glad.
you
That's
do other
why,
companies too.
yeah, that's why I like glare off here and there. Be like, what's going on? What happened? What I miss? Even though I could just pause it, but I always have TNA in the background. Either
That's
that
good.
or How I Met Your Mother.
That's good. Hey, they both look good, right?
Yeah. But I know you're not really a TNA guy. And speaking of no surrender,
Yeah,
um,
I
but
watch some
like,
parts. Well, I've been in some shows.
yeah, I know, but because of me, so let's
Oh
let's
yeah,
let's be fair.
yeah.
Is there any future TNA, like, is there something that you would be excited to go? I know you're not like another show. I know you're not really aware of what TNA shows they have, but if it is there something that you know where it's like the next time they're in here and it's like, hey, they announce this pay-per-view, besides the area, is there something like, how like they're here, they're gonna be here for Against All Odds. Was
Yeah.
that something where besides the location, was that something that you were excited about?
Not really, because I'm more of like if I watch TNA, I have to go to like a Bound for Glory or
Okay.
Slammiversary. We were there when they became TNA. Remember that this first show? It's
Right.
like okay, that's because like oh that's the first show they did when they came back as TNA. So
Mhm.
things like that. Like if I go to WWE shows, I mean I know we went to Fastlane and we
So
went,
you want to go
but
to the big five. You want to go to the pay-per-views, not the premium live events.
yeah, like TNA Plus, I wouldn't do those. Like, no, I
Okay.
want to do Bound for Glory, Slammiversary. What else is there? The Big Four. They don't have a Big Four. Is that the two?
Rebellion. I
Rebellion.
don't consider that, but
No,
whatever.
but you know what I mean. I if it's Bound for Glory, I probably would reconsider it. Like if they
Okay.
came back in October and they did Bound for Glory here again, or they did it last year, but let's say 2 years from now they did Bound for Glory back in Chicago. Hopefully not
Mhm.
Cicero Stadium. No offense to them. But if it was like at
Yeah.
like somewhere else that's not Cicero Stadium, I would definitely go to that Bomb for Glory or Slammiversary.
Yeah. I agreed. I agree.
And I mean they have a great roster. I mean obviously
They
like
do. They do.
they have a great women's roster. Killer Kelly's been killing it. She's fine as
They got
hell.
a
But
good knockouts
yeah,
division, not
yeah,
women's
yeah, well, knockouts.
knockouts.
Yeah, and then they have like Mustafa Ali. That'd be kind of cool to see him live. We were there when Nick
Sure, I
Nick
refed
Miz.
his match live.
Yeah, here you go. But like I mean when we went to Heart of Kills, it was a really good show. Good crowd, it was sold out. You
It
know, the
was.
hardcore mat PCO, he's still killing it at 50 years old or something, or 60. How old is he? 50, 60?
I have no idea at this point.
But he's like in his 50s or 60s for sure. But he's remember when I remember when he got that like power bomb to the outside by Bronson Reba Jonah at the time. He got that power bomb to the
Oh
outside.
yeah,
We heard the thud. I was like,
the
that
power
man.
bomb, the
The thing with
power bomb,
TNA,
and the Tombstone Power Driver.
like the thing with TNA that we both agree on is I mean I watched some shows. I watched some times when it was like on a Pluto. I forgot what it was. It's Pluto or something where you could watch like TNA all day. I
Right.
kind of catch glimpses of that. But I think you told me it's yourself that like before we did the sacrifice, that 2022 sacrifice, you said like it doesn't do it justice because the camera work is kind of like eh. But
Yeah.
when you're in person, it was so much better. I was like, this is good. Where is this? And then you told me to watch it like later on or something, and I watched some clips of it on TV because we know they taped some of the Impact episodes. It was
Right.
Impact at the time. I was like, this is not the same show. Like it looks really
I
like
told you.
yeah,
I
the
told
camera
you.
work was all weird and the cameraman and stuff. Like,
And
dude,
I remember you were telling me you were frustrated on some moments where it was like, why would you move the angle?
yeah,
Like, why would you move it to a different camera shot?
yeah.
Like he was just about to do a cool move and you moved it.
You
Like
move it to
we,
like some other spot that makes it look like it's
yeah,
lame, or you could
yeah,
tell he's not gonna hit him. Like you could tell like he like just grazed him a little bit. Like,
right,
dude, make it look where he actually looks like he's hitting him. They make
yeah.
it look like they could see, oh, he just tapped him, like he tapped him down, or he like punched him, but they show the actual like, you know, weird. You know what I mean? Like they give
Yeah,
it away. Like, dude,
yeah,
come on,
they
man.
either give it away or they'll go in a different angle where it was like, bro, you missed the shot.
Yeah.
It
Or they
was just
change the
like,
camera to like this other angle or something, like you said, or up or down. It's like
yeah,
you
and it
just
was
could have
just
kept it right there in front of him, like right there when he jumped out. No, they
that's
put it like
that's
some
what the
random spot.
producers for. That's what the producers for.
Yeah,
But then sometimes they don't do their jobs.
yeah. But
Jeez.
I mean, I recommend. I mean, the teenage shows I've been to, I've been great. So I mean, even the ones that were like I said, TNA Plus shows we did. But like,
Hmm.
I mean, if I were to go back, it'd be Bound for Glory or Slammiversary for sure.
Slammiversary, I gotta go to. I don't want to go to Rebellion, but I got to just because it's one of the big fours.
When is the next one? Do you know?
What do you mean? The
Like
next
when's the
show?
next? Yeah, like Rebellion's in the U.S. or is it in Canada?
Uh oh, Rebellion. It already happened, so we won't know
Oh,
till next year.
okay.
So
Let me see. I could
then the
probably look
next
it up right now.
show, the next show is Against All Odds, Slammiversary, Emergence, Victory Road, Bound for Glory. But they haven't announced Bound for Glory yet. There isn't rumors. There hasn't been any rumors where it may
Oh,
take place yet.
well, Slammiversary is in Canada.
Yeah, I know. I was so mad about that.
I mean, I don't mind going to Canada, but still, it's money. It's money.
I don't have a passport.
Just get it, bro. You're a citizen, right? You're fine. But after that, there's no announcement after July. After Summerversary, there's no announcement. So I don't know what happens after July. Under Siege is when May took place already.
I mean, that's been the case.
I mean, the only thing left after, well, let me see their annual. Well, Bound for Glory, they have to announce. There might be Chicago again. Who knows? Might be Chicago or Cicero. Emergence, they did that already? Not yet.
No,
Multiverse?
emerges.
Oh, Multiverse would be awesome in Chicago. They should do that in Chicago. Or
Ooh.
like, but like different arena. Like put it at
But
UIC.
yeah, that's their issue. Like they
Yeah,
gotta stop going to Cicero, go to Pop Arena, go to Rockford, go to Bloomingdale, go to where's that Peoria?
Peoria.
Peoria,
Yeah.
yeah, go there. Like you don't why of all places you guys could go. It's like
Yeah.
I don't understand why Cicero.
Peoria is pretty big though. But yeah, anyways, but yeah, I mean, hopefully somebody's watching us. Change the camera angles and go. Do not do Cicero Stadium, please. That's all we ask.
But you know, TNA Hard to Kill isn't the only event that we have gone to.
No.
We gone to Fastlane.
Mhm.
We gone to the Milwaukee.
SmackDown. Yeah.
We didn't gone together, but we went together.
We saw each other
SummerSlam.
right at SummerSlam. Like, hey man, what's up, bro? Somehow we ran into each other. We
That
didn't even.
was the chances of we running that we ran into each other was like 1 in a million.
Yeah, and we were on the floor, so we went
Right.
down. You went up, right? We
And it
went
was
down to the floor.
literally minutes when we got in. It was literally we
Like, hey,
just
you,
got in.
like,
And it's
what's
like,
up?
hey, we just got in. Yeah, us too. Where'd you get in? From there. Oh, we got it from here. All right, well, see ya. That was it. But SummerSlam was a great time.
Yeah, it was.
And then SummerSlam Cleveland, Ohio.
Hmm.
Um Announcement. Gunther, King of the Ring winner. Nia
Yes.
Jax, Nia Jax, Queen of the Ring winner. She
Hmm.
is going to go on and face Bailey for the women's championship.
Hmm.
Gunther is going to face. Is he on? He's on Raw, so he's
Raw.
going to face either Damian Priest or Drew McIntyre.
Saying Drew McIntyre.
Hey, this is gonna be a rematch, though.
Oh yeah.
Rematch, rematch
But
from
it might.
last year. So from the one that we went to. So from the IC title to the World Heavyweight title, bro.
Yeah, that's a big jump.
Woo! That is
But
a
there's gonna be
big
two shows
jump.
before SummerSlam. Three shows before SummerSlam. No.
Money in the Bank and then
No.
Clash of the Castle.
But Clash in the Castle is July. Clash of the Castle is June.
And in
Money in
July.
the Bank, and then Bash in Berlin, and then
That's in
beginning of
September.
August. No, beginning of
No,
August.
no, that's in the end of August.
Oh, and
And
SummerSlam is beginning of August.
yeah,
So they
yeah.
flipped it. Okay. Okay, so there's like two shows before SummerSlam. Ooh, be interesting to see how that works.
So and then September is gonna be payback.
Mm-hmm.
And then September Fastlane, October Fastlane, Survivor Series, December, who knows they're gonna have a show. Most likely, I hope they don't, because I need a
In
break.
December?
Yeah. I really
It's
hope
been a
I
couple
really
years without a show though. They haven't had that like a show since like Armageddon ended, or TLC was in December, and they
I was
like
about to
they moved it.
say, I was like, Armageddon, dude, you're way
No,
off.
but then they put TLC there, and then they just
Yeah.
stopped doing December because of like the holidays. They're like, we'll just do day one, and then day one was one time, and they stopped it. You know?
Well, day one was in January.
Yeah, that's why his only time is like,
I think if they are gonna have a December pay-per-view, Starcade is the one.
yeah, they should bring back Starcade.
Starcade will be,
It has a legacy to it, anyways.
yeah. Survivor Series. Here's the thing: Survivor Series, retire Survivor Series, but
What?
keep the Survivor Series match.
Like the War Games or the
No,
actual match?
the Survivor Series match.
Hmm.
Just change the pay-per-view to War Games.
Hmm.
Or or they could still keep a Survivor Series and then just have War Game matches.
Yeah, that's
You
probably
know,
the best because it's like because that's the thing they got rid of all the naming the shows after match types kind of thing, you know.
yeah.
Like if you call it War Games, like well that's the
I
name of
mean,
the
you still
match.
have. I mean, you still have the Royal Rumble and
No,
what's it called?
but
Money
that's a
in the
legacy
Bank.
thing. That's a legacy. Well, Royal Rumble's a legacy thing. Money in the Bank is kind of like it's fun, you know. So unless
Yeah.
they rename Money in the Bank into it's like Starcade and have the Money in the Bank ladder matches on there, or anytime you want now,
Well,
like
yeah,
WrestleMania.
because those matches are more like number one contenders. Like how
Yeah,
Nassau, that's like a personal thing.
yeah. Like we
That's
hate each
like,
other.
yeah,
Not everybody needs a Hell in a Cell match, you know. Like
right,
why does a tag team title have to be a Hell in a Cell match? You know, make it
true.
a feud, a blood feud between two people.
But
But
is there any dream matches that you would like to see happen at SummerSlam? And is there matches like, what do you think is like an obvious choice that you think is gonna happen at SummerSlam?
well, obvious choice is definitely the Gunther being in the world title picture.
Hmm.
But I would say I don't because I don't think Drew McIntyre will lose at Clash at the Castle. So I'm thinking
Mm.
for sure, dream match or not, I would like to see Gunther and Drew McIntyre in Cleveland, and then whoever wins that goes to Berlin. 'Cause I'm thinking I don't know because it's kind of tough because Gunther he can't lose in Germany, that's for sure. Well, he's Austrian, but it's like right there. You know, he can't
Come
lose in
on.
Germany. He can't lose at Bash in Berlin. So I'm thinking
I
he has to
mean,
either
okay, so here, let me ask you this. What's more important for you for Gunther? Is it him having a good match and losing, or him having a decent match and him winning?
him winning. I don't know. It seems like, especially with the reign he had with the IC title, he should be like killing everybody, you know, right now. He should just go through the entire world heavyweight title, have a long reign. Not the
So,
longest reign.
so you're
You
saying
don't
that
want another
you're
Roman
saying
Reigns and
that,
stuff.
well, I'm not saying I
Yeah,
wasn't gonna say that that's what you were trying to say,
yeah.
but are you trying to say that you think he should have that Goldberg treatment then?
Yeah, I think he should. I mean, obviously he
Hmm.
could wrestle and stuff, but like he's
Well, yeah,
actually
obviously, because he's wrestling. Like, I hate when people say like, "Oh, Goldberg treatment," but he can actually wrestle. It's like, yes, I'm aware. We're all aware this person like the Goldberg treatment means is that he's going on the undefeated streak. you
yeah,
know, just
I mean it really helped him it really helped Gunther that he won the IC title and he had it for so long. So it brought
Mhm.
back prestige. And the World Heavyweight title needs prestige because they didn't continue. The thing about the World Heavyweight title I didn't like about the new one is that they didn't continue the lineage of the old World Heavyweight titles
Right,
reigns, you know?
which is
If
fair.
they kept that lineage, it would have been really nice to keep that going. And then with whoever is champion, like make it worth something. Because for a
Mm.
while they called it like the B title or like how when Roman Reigns was champion and there was Roman and Seth Rollins. They call, oh, you're the B
Well,
champion, you're the Constellation champion.
y-
Like I think Gunther might bring that back where he's gonna be like, I'm a champion, and then
mhm.
hopefully they change their mind and like, hey, you know what, we're recognizing the WWE World Heavyweight Title and the WCW World Heavyweight Title and the Jim
Mm.
Crockett Promotions. Like pretty much from like the 1970s and
Right,
60s and stuff to
right.
now. It actually otherwise it's
Do you
just
know
like, what are you
why
doing?
though? Because this is why. Remember how you know how they brought in the Universal title?
Yeah,
It it was supposed to be like a new legacy, a
yeah.
new reign, but we all know that title flopped.
Yeah, I did.
The only good thing about that title is Roman Reigns' title reign.
Hmm.
So they needed to bring in a new title and have a fresh start because with the world title, there's some bad legacy into it. So I'm pretty sure they're, things can happen in the future. Things are going to happen. There's going to be a
Mhm.
bad world champion in the future. Hopefully, it's not Seth freaking Rollins.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it's not Damian Priest, but it's going to happen, right? It's just,
Oh, I see what you mean. Oh, it makes
yeah,
sense now. Oh,
that's
because oh, okay,
they're
okay.
trying to erase legacies because they can't mention everybody and they're just trying to have a fresh start.
Yeah, I mean, you
So,
could have a Dirty V title too. I mean, there's some people that done some sketchy stuff, but I mean, they still have the Dirty V title
yeah, true. You're not wrong
and the
there.
IC title too.
But
IC
that's
title,
50 years, though. 50
yeah,
years. And they don't really talk about everybody on there. I
yeah,
mean,
that's
half of
true.
those people you forget they were even WWE champion.
Yeah,
You know,
true.
people who in the past 10 years, 15 years, they all mention the same people. I'm WWE champion just like my hero Hulk Hogan,
Mhm.
The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin. And then eventually people are gonna say John Cena and Randy Orton,
Yeah.
CM Punk, you know.
Mhm.
Nobody's gonna say JBL, nobody's gonna say Alberto Del Rio, you
Yeah.
know. You know what I mean? So
Well,
that's
JBL had a good run.
he
Don't
did.
lie. He
He
had a good
did.
run.
He really did. He had a
Alberto had probably had the first reign was really good. Then after that, they just kind of
he had a good world heavyweight title reign. He didn't had a
yeah.
good WWE title reign. It
No,
was just like it was like there was no need for that. There was no need for that. So who is Cody Rhodes gonna face at SummerSlam? Rumor
mm,
has to be,
I'm
Randy
saying
Orton
I'm saying a rematch with
rematch.
Roman Reigns.
Ooh, okay.
Cause it's kind of like because like SummerSlam is like big four, so that's what you should save like the outs. After WrestleMania, SummerSlam. Well, Money in the Bank technically is a big five, but they don't really
Right.
consider it the big five. But SummerSlam, I always say Roman Reigns or The Rock.
I wouldn't say The Rock. Is there a possibility? Yes, but I don't. I shouldn't. I don't think the right. I feel Roman would be a nice call. Um, get the rematch because to be honest, I would rather see Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton at SummerSlam. You know,
Yeah,
that's what I would rather see those two face each other. But if it happens at WrestleMania, it happens at WrestleMania.
yeah.
Um, I think Cody Rhodes should face The Rock. Um, if this was gonna be the year that they were gonna do two nights, I think that's when Cody should face The Rock at one of the nights,
Yeah.
you know? But other than that, it's like I don't think so. You know, I don't know who's maybe who we'll see, you know. We'll probably get Gunther versus Drew McIntyre. Do you
That'd be
think
awesome.
do you think we're gonna get Damian Priest versus Gunther? Do you think there's a possibility? Or do you think that's like a 99% chance that we're gonna get Drew McIntyre to face
I'm
Gunther?
I'm thinking Drew McIntyre because
So
I mean, if he goes
mm,
to Scotland and doesn't win the title, like I don't know. I mean, it's not always like the hometown people win the title, but at the same time, like Drew kind of like did all this work, and he Jamie beat him. It's like, oh, I'm gonna beat you. You're gonna have a short little reign. I'm gonna
right.
go ahead and face Gunther at SummerSlam.
Mm. Then I guess it's gonna leave. So it's either we're gonna get Drew's either gonna face Gunther or he's gonna face CM Punk at SummerSlam.
That'd be
So
awesome.
and then Cody Rhodes is either gonna face Randy Orton, most likely Randy Orton. Um Before we go,
Hmm.
I have a this or that.
Okay.
This or that, okay? Bear with me. It's more like what would you rather have kind of way,
Hmm.
okay? So would you rather have The Undertaker versus AJ Styles in front of 50,000 fans? Right? Because remember, this is the match that was supposed to happen at WrestleMania 36.
Okay.
Or Drew McIntyre versus Brock Lesnar in front of the 50,000 fans, the match the main event for WrestleMania 36. Which one would you rather see or take place in front of fans?
I would say Undertaker versus AJ Styles.
Really?
Yeah, it seems that match it needed to be in front of people. Like
Especially,
Lesnar,
yeah,
I
because
like
especially,
Lesnar, but at the same time, kind of like, well, Lesnar, you know.
well,
But like,
that's more for Drew moment than Brock
yeah,
Lesnar.
yeah, it's for more Drew. But like AJ Styles and Undertaker in front of a crowd, I don't even say 50. I'll say like they need like the 80,000, 90,000. You know, they need to fill like
Yeah, I think that's how much they were gonna that I think that's how much tickets they sold was like in the 68,000 range.
yeah. Don't
So
don't get me wrong. I did like the Boneyard match. Was it the Boneyard match?
yeah, boneyard
It was a
match.
cinematic match, but like in front of a crowd, that match would have been killing it.
Do you
And if that
think it
was
would have been though?
what them killing it in there,
And like having a great classic match?
yeah, I think they would.
I don't think so.
No, you think it's
I
of
don't
you think because of Undertaker's age, he wouldn't he would be like kind of it'd be kind of because AJ Styles is still pretty fast for someone in
yeah.
his 40s.
I think it would have I think if they would have had like a no disqualification match, they would have made
Yeah,
it work. But to have like a it wasn't gonna be a classic wrestling match though. I don't think
yeah.
that's how it was gonna be though. I
Because
think it would have been a good fight.
I would think it'd be more like a Shawn Michaels and Undertaker match. You know how like Undertaker's
Mm.
smaller? No. Shawn Michaels is smaller, and he had like they had like these, they did these cool moves and
But
stuff, and they
that's
had
the thing. That's not the kind of match we were gonna
no.
get though. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
yeah.
So
But like
uh,
if I was me watching a match in person, like oh I'm gonna go watch this match, I
right.
definitely just I'll still go for Undertaker versus AJ Styles.
No, I 100% I agree with you on that one.
Yeah.
That's the one I was gonna pick too.
Yeah, I
So
like Brock Lesnar, but like what be like a 5 minute match between him and Drew McIntyre, like just swapping finishers and
yeah, I mean, even AJ Styles and The Undertaker, even if it was gonna be like a 5 minute squash match,
yeah,
you know, I feel like it would have benefit both men because we're getting a dream match. Like
yeah,
myself, a TNA fan and a WWE fan, AJ Styles versus The Undertaker, that's a dream match. The Undertaker's last match against AJ Styles, like, oh my gosh, you know? And then people who became a fan of AJ Styles, get to see their favorite superstar going against their past favorite superstar.
yeah.
So it's
The
like
one
a
they grew
lot
up with,
going.
yeah,
Yeah, grew up with.
yeah,
Or maybe even their dad's favorite superstar against their current superstar. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So it's like that should have happened in front of fans. So I totally agreed. I was just curious of what your choice was going to be.
yeah.
Because a part of me felt like I'm gonna be honest, I was a little surprised that you did pick AJ Styles and The Undertaker. I thought you were gonna go, and then you threw me off when you started talking about Brock Lesnar, and I was just like, you're just gonna forget about Drew McIntyre's moment because that's why I brought up
Yeah.
that match because I was actually gonna bring up Bray Wyatt versus John Cena, but since we were
Mm.
talking about Drew McIntyre, you know. But how about Drew McIntyre, John Cena versus Bray Wyatt over
Ooh,
over AJ Styles and The Undertaker.
that would have been pretty nice because I don't know because if now we look back, I'm like, man, Bray Wyatt could have been with everybody, you know. But
Yeah.
like now we're kind of objective because
Well,
we
not
kind of know
really,
that,
because
yeah,
Brock Lesnar wouldn't work with him.
no. But I don't know. I think if it was Bray Wyatt and John Cena, it would just be more proof that Bray Wyatt was doing the right stuff enough that like
Mm.
John Cena wanted to work with him. So it kind of bring that match elevated more because John Cena, he worked with Solo, but what happened to Solo? He hasn't done basically up to the bloodline thing. He did nothing. He went like 100 and something losing streak. Like I think with John Cena with Bray Wyatt in
You're always
person,
hating about Solo's losing
I
streak,
know because
but the
he
man's
should
on
have been,
fire.
yeah.
He's
But
on a
like
roll. Like he looks like a boss. Why
he
are
does
you
look at
hating
us.
on why are
I'm
you
not hating at
hating?
him. I'm just
You're
like,
hating on his losing streak.
yeah,
But it's like, bro, he looks like a straight G right now.
yeah, that's true. I can't deny that.
Yeah.
But back to Bray Wyatt and John Cena. I think it'll be more of a redemption arc for Bray Wyatt to have him face John Cena in person.
Mm.
But it was fun. Was that
But we
match they had?
wouldn't we wouldn't get the Firefly Funhouse match, would
That's
we?
true.
It would well, it wouldn't have not turned out the way they did.
Yeah.
Or maybe it would have because you know how in the end they were in the ring together, so maybe
Yeah.
it would have been the same. And then like towards the end, like maybe like the last 5 minutes, they would have got outside in the ring in front of the fans and wrestled for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So maybe that probably would have happened. I mean, that would have been dope.
Yeah.
So that's cool. Um, I have another question for you. If you could go back in time
Mhm.
and relive a wrestling match to watch a wrestling match live, front row, in person, what three matches would you go back to relive and watch in person?
Ooh. I'll definitely go with Eddie Guerrero versus Brock Lesnar. No Way Out.
Oh,
Dude, that match would have been. I would have been crying, dude.
damn, dude.
I
Hey,
was like, I
and
was.
try to make sure you get tickets because wasn't his mom there?
Yeah, I would have
So
been over there like,
make sure, hey, try to make sure you get a ticket where his mom's at. That way you
you're like,
can hug
hey,
Eddie.
Senora Guerrero.
Yeah. That way you can hug Eddie Guerrero too. Like
Yeah.
push his mom out of the way.
I don't
Hug
know about
his
that. She probably knocked me out. He probably knocked me out cold. She was a tough
Eddie
woman.
Guerrero knocked you out.
Yeah, like, oh, like, oh,
You got
sorry,
knocked
Eddie.
you got
I would have
knocked
been like,
out
this
by
is an
Eddie
honor.
Guerrero.
Sign my
But
injury. Sign my
but
bruise.
hey, but the thing is, you when you come back in time, you can't tell everybody
Oh
about
no,
that.
no. I know I can't. That's why I have to like, damn. Okay, my second match. I don't know. It's tough. I would go. Ooh, I'll go The Rock versus Mankind on Raw when Mankind won his first WWE title. That
Damn.
crowd, that crowd. I want to be in that crowd with the, when they had those signs
Damn.
and stuff. That match would
Yeah.
have been fire, dude. At
That's
the
the
end,
one. That's the one where Tony announced Mick Foley winning the title, right? And everybody tuned in.
yeah, it's like WCW because they had like a 10-minute, 5-minute delay or something. So Tony
Yeah.
Schiavone announced the Mankind was gonna win the
Well,
title
the
kind of
show, yeah,
sarcastically,
yeah.
and then they like everybody wanted to watch
But
Raw.
the show was taped though. That's why it
Yeah,
happened. The show was
yeah,
taped. That's crazy.
and everybody's
But
like,
that's
"Let's
a
watch it."
good one, dude.
Yeah,
That's a
that's a
good
great
one.
one.
Damn.
And then my third match, it's so many matches, dude.
Well, yeah, of course.
I would say the Shawn Michaels and Undertaker one, like at WrestleMania.
Ooh, which one?
Was it the second one? Was it
20
35?
the
No, wait,
retirement?
the
Did you
retirement
just
match. I
bro,
don't know.
hell no,
I'm
did
thinking
you
about the
not just
Star.
say
No, not
35?
35. I'm confusing these shows. The
What
retire is it
the
the one where like Shawn Michaels did a backflip and he landed on the
that's
table?
20
He
uh, oh,
he
wow.
like broke the table. He hit the corner right there and he
I
broke it.
I think 26. I mean, if you're
Uh,
talking about Shawn Michaels retirement, then that's 26.
26. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I would do that.
If you're
Those
talking
three are.
about the Texas one, that's 25.
I'll say 26.
Yeah, Shawn Michaels retirement. Yeah. I mean, I would say that one because yeah, because if you're gonna go based on crowd, then I would say go to 25. If you're gonna go based on like emotion, like a feel heart moment,
Yeah,
you know, then Shawn Michaels. Cause yeah, cause you actually that's a good combination because you get the crowd reaction with the Mick Foley one. You get that like the feel like, oh, please don't go with Shawn Michaels, or unless you're rooting for The Undertaker,
yeah,
and then you get the happiness with Eddie Guerrero. You
yeah.
know, damn, that's a good one.
And all right, I want to
Shoot.
cry like a baby at all three of them. Like,
Okay, well, let's just say you had to go in order, all in one visit, right?
ooh.
Which
Mhm.
one would you go first? Or and which one will be your main event?
First would be Undertaker, Shawn Michaels.
Ooh,
Second would
okay.
be Rock and Mankind, and the final one would be Eddie Guerrero and Brock Lesnar.
Nice,
That one
nice.
you that's when you leave. That's like oh, everybody goes home like
Yeah, you
yeah,
go home.
Eddie.
You go home happy with that one right
And you
there.
know, but then you know in your mind a year or so later he passes away, so you're like you come back like all sad, like I was there, cry for a few days.
I know, right?
I could have stopped it. I could have told him like I couldn't ruin the
I
time.
know. It's like
I
I
couldn't
can
ruin.
go back in time. Eddie, no, please change. It's not too late, brother.
Yeah,
Get help. Get help. All right, Pizza Eddie Guerrero.
yeah.
But man, dude, those are some good choices, man. For me, man, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't first off, I didn't thought you were gonna answer that quickly.
Okay.
I thought you were gonna hesitate and give me more time. But I was like, damn, this guy's on the roll. So but let's go. Give me more time. Repeat yours again.
So the first one would be Undertaker and Shawn Michaels. So
Hmm.
WrestleMania 30, 26, 26. And then it'll be Mankind versus The Rock on Raw when he won the title. And then it'll
Hmm.
be Eddie Guerrero and Brock Lesnar. No Way Out 2003? 4? 3. Wait, I don't remember the year. I don't remember the year, but I know it was
2004, Brock
4.
Lesnar.
Because then he would.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, he would die the following year. Okay, yeah. 2004. So yeah.
So okay, so I'm ready for mine. Mine, because I did experience it,
Mhm.
but it would have been so much better experience it live with my siblings and my dad. Jeff Hardy versus Edge and Triple H Armageddon 2008. Um when he won the WWE championship. So what was another one? Um damn, I can't even think. See, I like the Shawn Michaels one.
Yeah.
That
You
one's
could go for the
good.
other. You could go for the other one.
Yeah, but like I didn't I enjoyed it more pay-per-view wise. Don't get
Okay.
me wrong, I'm pretty sure I would have had a great time watching it live, but I enjoyed it. Ooh, hey, this is a TNA one.
Okay.
Oh,
Not
oh,
shocked.
you know
Not shocked
what?
though.
Yeah. Here's the thing. So I have a lot of honorable mention ones.
Hmm.
I went to them.
Oh,
So
what about ones that you
yeah,
haven't gone to?
that's the thing. So let me give
Yeah.
you the like I obviously the whole WrestleMania 40,
Yeah.
the TNA, like the ones that we went. Um, so it's like a lot of shows that we went are my favorite card matches that
Mm.
took place and stuff like that. Um, but the one that I keep forgetting that I keep saying like I keep telling like I wish I saw live, but I did watch it live, and that's Kurt Angle versus AJ Styles at Sacrifice, and that was a great match.
Wow,
It was a great classic match, bro, and I saw it live, front row.
dude.
So that one match is like I keep forgetting that I watched it live. So that was the one I was gonna mention, but it's like I did watch it live.
But
So
it's
there,
it's kind of different when you watch it then and watch it now. How long ago was that? Like 10, 20 years ago? 15 years ago? 11 years ago? How long was 2001?
2012.
So that was 12 years ago.
Yeah,
12 years is a lot of time. Like from the time you never know. Now you might appreciate it more because you know how the career,
yeah,
So maybe if you did add that match back on, you're like, oh, I appreciated how much that match was because now 12 years later, I know the trajectory of the careers and what they did since then.
right.
So you kind of you could appreciate it more if you go back and watch it. If you go back in time and like,
Well,
uh,
dude, I appreciated watching it then because I'm
yeah,
like,
but
how
like
am
it's
I
a different
watching this
perspective now.
match? Yeah,
You're older. You have like, oh, I know where Kurt Angle's career went. I know where
yeah.
AJ Styles' careers went. Like now you go back in time and you're like, this moment is like,
Like everything, basically, like everything I appreciated at that time didn't go to waste.
yeah.
It didn't. But so since my other TNA would be Bobby Roode versus Austin Aries at Destination X
Mm.
2012.
Okay.
That would have been when Austin Aries won the TNA World Heavyweight title. That would have been a great, awesome experience to be a part of. That crowd went crazy, man. Hey, have you seen him? Did you see the video when Austin Aries won the TNA World Heavyweight title, dude?
No, I
You
haven't.
got, dude, you gotta search it, watch him winning the title. You would see everybody go crazy.
Wow.
It was, yeah, dude. It's like,
Was that good, huh?
it was that great of a match. And again, this is like a year story, like a great storyline for Austin Aries from the moment he signed with the company and from the moment he won the title. It was like they should have done that with everybody, but they chose not to. So, oh, Hulk Hogan versus The Rock,
Ooh, WrestleMania 18?
18. Yes.
Yeah, NWO Hulk Hogan, right? But he
And The
turned
Rock.
face that day, right?
Yeah,
Kind of.
that's
That would
fine.
have been fire in Toronto, dude. That
Yeah.
crowd was
Oh, Cena
awesome.
and The Rock too. Cena and The
Ooh,
Rock.
which one though?
WrestleMania 28, first one.
Okay. Yeah, then after
Actually,
that, you're like, what? Okay.
yeah,
Ooh, this is a good one. There's so, I mean, there's so many matches, dude. We could have been, I could have been to every show, and you're
facts.
like,
But we'll talk about that next time because we are running out of time. Ever, take us home, baby.
all right, listeners, viewers, this will be it for this episode. I'm Ever, and this is Ian.
And we are out.
Bye, guys.
Doo-doo-doo.